Hey, what's up guys? Matt here coming to you from Laidlaw's Harley-Davidson. So today I wanted to do a bike highlight. We've got a 2021 model year Street Glide Special in the Gauntlet Gray metallic. I thought this bike came out exceptionally nice, so I wanted to feature it here on the YouTube channel. The owner of this bike did a lot of meaningful changes, both style-wise and a lot of functionally driven changes. I want to thank David for allowing me to feature his Street Glide on the YouTube channel here. We're going to take it out for a rip, get you some of those nice rolling shots, hopefully get some nice exhaust audio in there, and we'll see how it rides. If you enjoy watching custom Harley-Davidson builds, bike reviews, and test rides, and just Harley-Davidson news in general, make sure you hit that subscribe button to check out all my future content. So let's start off with the front of the bike here. So you've got all LED lighting here. This is all genuine Harley-Davidson stuff. The main headlamp is the 7-inch LED projector daymaker, which is a stock item now. They started making that light stock on the Street Glide Special in the 21 model year. And it was pretty obvious with the passing lamps, the auxiliary lamps, to use the matching LED projector style daymakers. He definitely wanted the functionality of additional lighting up front and the visibility that other drivers get of you with more lighting up front as well. So we did the matching correlating passing lamps on there. The turn signals are all the LED signature turn signals. That's a new turn signal that Harley came out with, I want to say about a year or two ago. So he's got the ones in the front and in the rear. He's got several parts on here as well that are from the color shop section of the parts and accessory catalog that are all factory color matched. So the slipstream or vent trim is a color matched part out of the P&A catalog. Coming down here to the fender, this is a genuine Harley-Davidson wrapped fender. It hugs the wheel a little bit closer, gives it a little bit more of that custom look. I also feel like this fender makes the front wheel look larger than it really is. This is the stock 19-inch Prodigy wheel. So you do have the Prodigy wheels on this bike that are stock from the factory, and they're black from the factory on the specials. So 19-inch in the front, 18-inch in the rear, Prodigy wheels. You've also got this chin spoiler on here that covers up the oil cooler. This is the third of the several factory color matched parts that are on this bike. The fourth being the chopped tour pack. I'll get to that in a minute. And then for the windshield, he did the genuine Harley-Davidson 7-inch wind splitter windshield. Then he's got that black bolt-on trim piece that goes right below the windshield as well. The tank badging right now is just stock, but we do have a custom tank badge ordered from Harley Rebus that kind of resembles the outline of the bar and shield, similar to the CVO tank badge that they had for years. We didn't do any performance modifications to the engine, so it is just a factory 114 cubic inch engine. We did do a pair of Reinhardt slip-ons just for that extra exhaust note volume. As far as the hand and foot controls and a lot of the trim and accents around the bike, we went with the entire Empire collection. The Empire collection is probably the newest complete hand and foot control collection available in Harley's genuine P&A catalog. In my opinion, the Empire collection is the perfect cross between a minimalist moto style and a modern look that really reflects a high-end fit and finish. So you can see here the rider floorboards. You've got these big large cutouts. They're like a frame style footboard. It's just a popular style that we're seeing right now. And they've got the black rubber contact points with your feet. You can get the Empire collection in both the chrome or the black finishes. Of course, we went with the black to match the engine trim on here. And you can see things here like the toe and heel shifter pegs. And the good thing is the rider really wanted heated grips on here, which the Empire collection comes with the option of the heating grip, which is nice because I want to say there's only about 7 different styles in the P&A catalog that allow for heated grips. But he's also got a lot of the corresponding engine trim on here as well. Like the derby cover, I think is a really classy look, and the Harley-Davidson text is all uniform. I like the derby cover and the mirrors. The mirrors are a really nice piece as well. A lot of the lines on here are very angular, very modern and clean lines. For the bars, we went with a factory 47 assault bar 14-inch with the black finish. Over the years, our shop has installed a lot of different handlebars from a lot of different aftermarket manufacturers, and there's a lot of aftermarket companies that do this style of bar. We do a lot of the factory 47 bars at our shop for a few different reasons. We really like the shape of the bar and the way that it routes up next to the fairing. It's an 1.5 inch diameter, which gives it that thicker, more heavy-duty look and feel that I feel like is a little bit more proportionate to the bike overall, especially when you go into a taller bar. The 14-inch is a good height for a lot of people. You get your fists up in the air a little bit. The owner of this bike is a little over 6 feet tall, so it puts his fists a little bit under his shoulder height. Usually when we go to this height though, I like to relocate the mirrors. The Street Glides have the mirrors attached to the inside of the fairing, so we like to put the mirrors back on top of the handlebars next to the control switch housings. Otherwise your hands block the mirrors and it's really hard to see behind you. For suspension, we use the Wilbur's automatic self-leveling system. In my opinion, for just your normal use cases for a bagger, just cruising cruising, sometimes with luggage, sometimes without, sometimes with a passenger, sometimes without. This is one of the best values all around for, like I said, most riders. If you want to get into the performance bagger world and really start hammering on these things through the turns and stuff, at that point you're probably going to want something different. But if you're just a cruiser, a tourer, a rider with or without a passenger and luggage, this is one of the best suspensions out there. It's about $1,800 with the parts. For the front end you got a spring and different fork oil, and in the tail end you have new rear shocks. For a seat, we wanted to give it a little bit of flavor and style, so we went with the Saddleman step-up seat with the diamond stitching in it. He is going to be riding with the passenger some of the time, so we put Harley-Davidson's chopped tour pack on there with the passenger backrest. Some of the time when he's riding with the passenger, he's going to want the additional storage, which is why we didn't just go with a passenger backrest. And one of the main objectives of this bike was to keep it a tourer that you're going to lay down a lot of miles on, and you didn't want to compromise the functionality of the bike. But at the same time, he didn't want to compromise the style. He wanted a rad looking bagger that people were going to stop and take a second look at. So when we were planning this bike build, it was kind of a give and take of both style and function, and finding that balance where you weren't really cutting deep into one or the other. So I definitely think that we struck a really nice balance between both retaining that custom bagger look and emphasizing it in a lot of respects, but also building a bike that's a rider. Like if you wanted to daily ride this bike or take it out for a cross-country trip, it really could be used for all of the above. So I definitely felt right at home on this bike. The owner of this bike has a lot of the same priorities that I had when I built my 2018 Street Glide Special. I think a lot of the use cases are overlapping and we have similar riding habits. The 114 has really good power. I get asked the question a lot, hey, when I buy a bike, do I have to do a stage kit? A lot of people have this misconception that when you buy a Harley-Davidson, they're always going to be underpowered and you have to upgrade the engine like right away. This was kind of the mindset that we saw when the Twin Cam 88 first came out. And even if you want to go back further than that, when the Evo was out, the 80 cubic inch and even the 88 cubic inch were kind of underpowered. But once we saw the 96 cubic inch come out around the 2007 model year, an out-of-the-box Harley-Davidson had pretty adequate power. And then when they went to the Milwaukee 8 in 2017 and you had the 107 cubic inch, which is what I currently ride myself, the engine definitely feels strong for any type of normal touring or day-to-day riding. Even going up a grade with a passenger and luggage, it feels more than adequate. So to have the 114 and have that additional 8 horsepower and like 8 or 9 foot-pounds of torque is just definitely an added benefit. Do the stage kits take the bikes to the next level? Absolutely. Of course, right now we're a little bit hamstrung in California because the tuners aren't approved yet, and I believe the Generation 2, Stage 3, and Stage 4 still have yet to be approved for California use. The other common complaint or bad rap that the Street Glides and Road Glides for that matter all get to is just the lack of travel in the rear suspension. I've talked about this before, but Harley-Davidson was definitely going for that lowered slammed look that was popular in the custom bagger scene. They're also trying to accomplish a lower seat height for opening the door to this type of a bike for someone who has a shorter inseam as well. But there's a lot of comfort to be unlocked on these bikes with just a taller spring in the rear, and the Wilbur suspension does that and more. The fact that one of the high priorities on this bike was versatility, to be comfortable with both a solo rider on it, a passenger, and doing your overnighter trip once in a while with your bags loaded down. So having the self-leveling system in the Wilburs was definitely a big plus. From about 2006 all the way up to 2015, the Street Glide outsold the Road Glide. At our dealership, I want to say like either 4-1 or 5-1. It wasn't even close. And then when they redesigned the Road Glide fairing in the 2015 model year, we slowly saw that preference begin to shift. And now we sell more Road Glides than Street Glides. Personally, I'm still a Street Glide guy. There's still a lot of guys out there that are Street Glide guys. And honestly, when I see one done up like this, it just really confirms my love for the Street Glide over the Road Glide. And I'm definitely not hating on the Road Glide. I'll probably own a Road Glide in the future just to switch it up. But both of the fairings are very iconic. But Harley-Davidson definitely has more history with the Batwing fairing than it does the Shark Nose fairing. So for me, the fairing on the Street Glide just screams Harley-Davidson a little bit more than the Road Glide. The Empire collection on this bike just looks absolutely beautiful. I think the style definitely meshes the best on baggers. Some of the pieces I think would be appropriate like on the Softails, but having the whole collection on a bagger just gives it like that Cadillac Escalade feel and appeal. The 7-inch wind splitter windshield definitely retains that sleek bagger look. Once you go any higher than that, the edges of the windshield start to protrude off to the side. It really steals away a lot of the look and the style of the front fairing. We also had a serious discussion about the size of the Tour Pack. Anytime you go to the King Tour Pack, obviously you're gaining a lot more space, which can be extremely valuable out on the road, but you really do absolutely kill the entire style appeal of the bike with a King Tour Pack on there. And even the Chopped Tour Pack gives you a considerable boost in storage space over just your saddlebags alone. One of the things that I'd love to see Harley-Davidson do is I'd love to see them put out a Street Glide or a Road Glide, maybe the special version of those two bikes, and put it out with a Chopped Tour Pack. Let me know in the comment section below if you guys like that idea. That could be like another differentiator between the standard and the special. The specials come with a Chopped Tour Pack that's detachable. Let me know what you guys think. I think Harley-Davidson should definitely release a model though with the Chopped Tour Pack. We have plenty of models that have the King Tour Pack on there. Maybe do it with like a CVO Road Glide or a CVO Street Glide, put the Chopped Tour Pack on there. I think that would be pretty awesome. Anyways guys, thanks a lot for watching. If you like David's Street Glide build, give the video a thumbs up. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comment section below. Obviously, I always appreciate your guys' thoughts and opinions. Thanks a lot for watching guys. We'll see you on the next one. Later.